Okay, 30 seconds and then go.
30 seconds, don't touch my stuff.
30 seconds. Touch.
Whoa, he touched my stuff.
And I got it on recording. Would you like it?
Are we going to get a light over there?
No, it's already going.
It's already going.
Yeah,
It's already on.
This is easy.
Okay.
This is behind the scenes before we get started. And thank you for your support. Ready? Carpenter Steve, not Carpenter Jesus.
Carpenter Steve.
Carpenter Steve. All right, I gotta do a little opening. Are you ready for the opening?
Go for it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm your host Isaac, and this is my partner Scuba Steve. Say good morning, Scuba Steve.
Good morning, Scuba Steve.
Nobody likes him, and he is here because he's my friend. What's that say about me? Thank you so much for coming to our show, and we are here for your next 30 minutes of entertainment. Scuba, how was your week?
It was great.
Tell me why.
Oh.
Okay, great. So, no, I'm just kidding. What happened?
What happened?
What happened was...
Well, it was just a great week.
It's just a great week.
Saw God move.
Working for Jesus.
That's right.
And you both are carpenters.
Yeah.
Isn't that why they have a knot every 16 inches on the wood?
Yes, God.
I stole his joke.
He stole my joke. There's a knot every 16 inches.
Why?
That's why you can't drive a nail in it. That's why we bend nails. That's why nails bend over.
So the wood...
There's a knot in the way.
So the wood got, cursed or whatever.
Whatever.
It was knotted. Whatever. So anyways, he is here.
Whatever.
Wood.
That
Forever. Oh, no.
That
Anyways, we're getting in there. I got some dry comedy humor stuff, and Scuba is going to have his little section later of things not to say to your wife. However, you were always, speaking of things not to say to your wife, you were telling me about this comic. Who is this guy?
Chad Sexton. He's got some reels on the internet.
All right, and the reason why Chad Sexton is important is because you were telling me this true story about your wife, and I didn't believe you, but you Facebooked this stupidity, right?
Yeah, it was Facebook Live.
Okay, so this is things that you definitely don't say to your wife, but you, being Scuba, did. Okay, set the scene. You're in the store.
We're in the store, and she went to the peanut butter aisle.
There's an aisle for peanut butter.
Yeah, and she starts reading the labels.
Okay.
And I start filming. Because I said, what are you looking for? She said, peanut butter without peanut oil.
Do they make? Can you make?
What is peanut butter made of? Peanuts?
And butter?
I don't know. So
can't you separate the peanuts from the butter?
I
don't know. Now you're not sure.
You can get butter without peanuts, but you can't get peanut butter without
You can't
peanut
peanuts
oil.
without butter, but butter without peanuts?
She's reading all the labels.
In the whole store. How long did it take her before she figured out she couldn't get peanuts?
I don't know, but then after that we went to the yogurt aisle, and I said, what are you doing? Looking for yogurt without dairy?
Things not to say to your wife for 200, Alex. Oh, that's very good.
I don't know.
Oh, anyways, it's a beautiful morning this morning. Raining, gray, overcast, very gorgeous. It's not. And we're in March, and this is the 9th, and we are hanging out with you this morning. Thank you for hanging out with Spiritual Warfare Unit.
Yeah.
And our things that we like to get into, we'll be doing some dry comedy humor. However, my favorite thing to look for is stupid criminals of the day, because we all know that we struggle with stupid in the world. You can't avoid it, and if you hit it, you go to jail, which is bad.
And this is all true stuff, right?
These stories are all true stories, and I get them from another site that does them, another radio site called The Riff here in Michigan, and I have, now, Florida cannot be beaten on their Florida man stories of the dumbest things.
Why does this stuff come from Florida?
Well, there's several theories. DNA, the sun, because it's always nice out, so there's people doing more things, right? Or that there's a concentration of people actually paying attention and Googleizing the stupid. So I have some for you, and I need your response. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. This is just from the Dumbest Criminals New York Post, because New York, right?
Yeah, that's
So-
a good place to post.
So, guy goes into a Capitol riot. Okay, goes into the building, Capitol riot, yada yada yada. New York, Jersey businessman, and wore a jacket with his name and phone number on it.
Nice.
He's like, I do not
Nice.
know how they caught me. And that man owns a business.
Gotcha.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Yeah.
What's his business?
Jackets.
He's a printer. He's a jacket printer.
Yeah. And if you need the number, shing.
Cha-ching.
We like to call that thought through.
What did he do?
He was part of the riot at the Capitol, and luckily he had his name and no phone number on his jacket. But he did have a face mask on, so that matters.
Oh, I wonder how they caught him.
I don't know. It's craziness. Moving on.
It's that face mask recognition stuff.
You know those conversations you're actually dumber for having? Right. And we wanted to let you know, no matter how difficult your week was and the frustrations that you had, it wasn't this bad.
Okay.
All right? All right, here's the next one. You ready?
All right.
This man, it actually says, the title says, brilliant. Scientist pleads guilty to running Breaking Bad style meth lab after accidentally calling the police on himself. He's a scientist.
He's a scientist
Yeah.
making meth.
Yeah, a scientist that makes meth. You know how they make that? In a lab.
In a lab.
Yeah. This is just, yeah.
And he called the police?
Yeah, this is in Long Island. A scientist copped to running a Breaking Bad style meth lab that initially landed on police radar when he called about a break-in in the facility the year before. This guy's 23, by the way. Accidentally called the cops on himself when he accidentally called 911. I have to stop.
How can you accidentally call 911?
Okay, it's 3:30 in the morning. You're running your business, which happens to be a meth lab. And you're like, hey, look at all the numbers I should call. What's the shortest one? You can't make this up. This was on June 7th of last year. Reported burglary in progress. So he was afraid that someone was stealing his meth, so he called the police to help him not lose his meth.
This is smart.
He's
No,
a
this is
scientist.
smart.
Oh, he's a scientist.
Well, that shows you how
Because
smart a
that's what the
scientist
internet
is.
says.
Ah.
The internet said because he has a lab.
Was he high?
Probably down by the river
No.
in a van.
In a van.
Yeah, down by the river. And in progress, and it purported, listen to this name, Ron Kama Establishment. I can't even say that twice.
Comma.
Listen, it
Is he
Ron
a
Con Como Kakamu. Ooh. Quantitative Laboratories LLC in Suffolk County District Attorney's Office. And the Suffolk County Police reached the scene. Officers found broken glass at the entrance of the lab, wink wink, a facility which they eventually realized was secretly manufactured and pumping out methamphetamines and other controlled substances, including the hallucinogenic dimethyltryptamine.
Really?
And
Is that him?
the picture, this poor guy's forehead looks like it melted in meth. This poor guy looks like to be a white male, and his forehead looks like it's got the worst case of what's that called when your skin's what's that called? Come
I
on,
don't know. It looks like he has psoriasis.
psoriasis of the face,
Oh my goodness.
right?
He got a
Anyway.
little too close to the flame when he was making meth.
Something, and so he called and he pleaded guilty, and they show a picture of the meth lab, which is actually a lab, but it does have a van in the corner. More than 100 items were taken, and chemicals, reagents, solvents, and he was found guilty with along with 3 ounces of meth and 625,000 milligrams of pure ketamine, 20 plastic jugs of GBL, which is similar to the date rape drug. Wow, GHB. Holy smokes,
By the
23.
looks of that guy, he would need that drug.
Dude, that guy needs some Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
I mean, without God, what's everything, right? Just empty.
Poor dude.
And I would like to tell you about the picture, but it basically just looks like your average corner, like Dr. Greystone building, right?
Yeah.
This is
like you
their,
had a real business going there.
yeah. And I don't care how bad your week was. It wasn't
Call
called 911 on yourself bad.
Maybe he was trying to call 911. Couldn't find the 11. There's no 11 on your phone.
I think he did it. All right, Steve.
Okay.
Those are the stupid ones I got. It's time for a shout out. Would you like to see a shout out?
A shout out.
Well, yeah, we gotta let people know supporting us so we can stay on the air.
Let's shout out.
All right. The people that are not as dumb as the people we were talking about. All right. Is Strong Arm Cleaners in Flint, Michigan. We are reaching out to them as one of our promoters. If you have dirty floors and you need someone to help clean those up, the Strong Arms of Strong Arm Cleaning can do it. Welcome to the pros.
There
Check
you
them
go.
out on Facebook, and StrongArmCleaners.com. All right. This is our shout out. Do you want to do the numbers? You want me to do it?
What numbers?
Oh, the numbers for the radio show for people that are listening to our show.
Oh, the 92.1 WFOV one? That one?
That's the one, LPFM.
LPFM. What's an LP?
Low power.
Oh, low power FM. But you can find us on Zeno.fm and listen to it live.
That's right. You can also go online, punch in 92.1 FM, hit the microphone, and you'll be listening to our voices. And you can check us out and let us know if you have any of people that you know that have done stupid things that we can put on the radio. If it's good enough, you send it in there, and we'll have them go to.
Even if it was them that did the stupid thing.
No, well, I wouldn't say that out loud. But if it was, we will happily help you out. You just go to us, contact at spiritualwarfareunit.com. You give us your message, and we could put that on the radio for you. All right, Scuba. We had, I asked you to bring up some things that in real life, and you had talked about things of advice not to give to your wife. Yes?
Things to not give to her?
Yeah, like advice.
Advice.
Things you've said. Conversations that you had. I believe it was wrapped around some kind of a soup.
Well, yeah. I came home and we had tomato soup for dinner.
Okay, that sounds great. Normally like grilled cheese or something.
It was horrible.
And you told her tomato soup was horrible.
I said, "What's wrong with this tomato soup? It's horrible." And she said she had just made it.
And that's what made it horrible?
No, she put chicken broth in it. Why would you put chicken
Wait a
broth
minute.
in tomato soup?
She put chicken broth
In tomato soup.
in tomato soup. Have you ever had chicken broth in tomato soup?
No.
Why? Did she say why?
That's what the recipe had. She said she looked it up on the internet,
Did you get the recipe?
and the recipe had chicken broth.
Please tell me you Googled.
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
dang it.
I asked her to show it to me. She wouldn't.
Because she realized it was probably a chicken soup, and then she decided
It was
tomato.
horrible.
It was horrible?
Yeah.
All right, so you tell your wife your soup is horrible. Okay, what happened next?
Well, we.
Why are you already laughing?
Well, we threw it away. And she says, "Well, that's what the recipe said." And I'm like, "Well, oh." So then afterwards, she was baking a cake.
After soup, she went for cake.
Well, later that day.
Was it like vanilla chocolate?
And I asked
Cake?
her, I said, "Well, did you remember the chicken broth?" And that's when the fight started.
No kidding. After you told her her soup was horrible, and then asked her if she had chicken broth in the cake.
Right.
Couldn't pull it off. Let's
Yeah.
quit. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
She told me she was going to take me back to the home.
Which home is that, Steve?
I don't know, whatever one she keeps talking about. I haven't been there yet.
Do you think it's for younger people or older people? Asking for a friend.
I think it's for older people.
Yeah.
Older people that like chicken broth in their tomato soup.
And this is why we don't take your advice with. And how long has this been going? Now you said that your wife was a sweetheart, by the way, and a singer, Amy Starr.
Amy Starr.
And
she's the greatest.
Yeah, she is the greatest, but boy, do you like checking that. What was that joke that guy you were telling about with making sure you open up the washing machines? What's that guy's name?
That is, that's Chad Sexton, and he's on, I find him on Facebook Reels. He's an expert marriage tip guy.
Expert.
Yes.
And by expert, you mean
Don't do it.
don't do it. And the one you were telling me about was something about opening up the washer and dryer.
Well, he said if you
And this
really
is a
want,
Sexton joke.
yeah, if you really want to help your wife, you can do nice things for her, like when she gets ready to start cleaning the house.
Yeah.
You can open the washer and the dryer. The door is open, so it's easier to get the clothes in. You can plug in the vacuum.
Oh no.
And run some water in the kitchen sink. And there's things to help her out, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Helping her.
That's when the fight starts.
Yeah. Because you're helping her clean
Because you're helping her clean. Yeah.
by not doing it.
On National Wife, is it National Wife Day?
What day is that, oh
I
Lord?
think it was yesterday.
Was it really?
But you just remind your wife that day that she don't have to do anything. You don't have to do the laundry. On that day, you don't have to wipe. But that's why God makes tomorrow.
See?
So then she can do. It gives her a day off.
Oh. And the reason
But
I don't. It gives her. Oh man.
it gives.
Man, I don't. I help. We need strong help.
Right.
Oh man. Well, with that, we gotta go to our spiritual warfare unit bullet of the day. So, if I was going to ask you, Steve, the Bible lists out 3 types of liars, and one of the things that I've learned through my car accident and brain injury and all the things I've learned is
That
wisdom.
explains it.
Snorkel, squirrel. What was I talking about? Oh, and one of the things I learned is you have to look at the things that you struggle with and don't struggle with, right? So one of the first things I looked at to try to see if it actually worked in real life
Yeah.
was tailbearing. Now, it's an old English word for something. You know what that is by chance?
No.
I didn't either. I had to look it up. A tailbearer, you know somebody every time you tell a story, they got to have a better story.
All right.
All right, so picture that person in your mind, who that person is, all right?
Oh,
so,
no.
Oh,
That's
no.
not fun.
Listen, this book was written 3,000 years ago, and I just want to give you the information that it has, right?
Gotcha.
So first of all, it says that a person that is a talebearer will reveal secrets. Now I ask you, this person that every time you have a story has a better story, that they give out information. You told them something and the story come back exaggerated, or you heard a few weeks later from somebody else.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's odd. That piece of information works. Second thing that you can check out, and you tell us if this works, is it says that not only do they'll flatter with their lips. The whole reason that they're nice is you is to tell the information to somebody else, right? Oh, you're so amazing. You're so great, right?
Right.
All right, and then it says that their words go down and hurt the belly, which means you ever heard somebody say something, you ask them not to say it, and they come back and you find out and they betrayed your trust.
Oh yeah.
All right, now you take those 3 actions and apply those to people in your life. I had to ask myself a question. I had to ask myself, why am I hanging around that person? Right?
Right.
Because how many people do you know that you can tell a story to and they won't say anything?
Very few.
Right. And if it's
Very
few,
few.
then it makes it, and that means rare. Rare means valuable. So that means not saying something suddenly becomes valuable. Right? And I look at me and I did that. Oh, did you hear about so and so? I can't believe. I cannot believe what just happened to this man. And you start foghorn leghorning, right? Well, I didn't want to be that guy, so I worked on it.
Right.
Well, the thing is in Proverbs, which we will do our spiritual warfare bullets of the day, is identify people in your life that do that. Here's why. You and I hang out and we do humor because we like to be funny with each other, right?
Exactly.
All right, well, who do liars hang out?
Liars.
Huh.
Liars
Well-
hang out with liars.
Then if someone's in your life doing that, why are you hanging out with them?
Exactly.
Unless you got something in common with them, right? So I had to change my friend structure. And what I found out was I only hung out with people I had stuff in common with. And then when I didn't do the right things, I'm like, well, they didn't do it, but I'm not as bad as them, which makes my wrong okay. Right? Took me a while to figure out. Look at, I wish you could see his face right now. He's like, man, that makes a lot of sense. Right? I like that one right there, Jenny. That's a good one. And you can check those out. All you got to do is Google tailbearer, and you'll see them out there. There's several verses. You can check out Spiritual Warfare Unit and .com, and we got some videos. And this is stuff that I teach. Wisdom is the most amazing thing. Because if I was going to ask you, stupid, which means to lack sense, versus intelligent people, what do you think the ratio is there? 1 to 1?
1 to 1.
I don't think it's 1 to 1. I think it's like 1 to 1 million or something. Like if I ask you how many dumb people you know versus how many smart people you know, the ratio is a little weighted in one direction or the other, isn't it?
Right.
Weird. But yet then people always say, well, you can't do anything about it. Well, sure you can. You can not hang around it, you can identify it and not support that action, right?
Exactly.
Those are all things that you can do.
Can't soar like an eagle if you hang around a bunch of turkeys.
That's it. And then you're accidentally working for Jesus.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. That's your Spiritual Warfare Unit bullet of the day. If you need to check those out, please check out the Google and check out the word tailbearing. There'll be 2 other things, a false witness and a deceiver. And you can check out that and keep yourself safe from those people who take advantage of you. All right. That's basically what we got for our show today. Is there any other jokes that you thought would be relevant or important for this morning? Anything for our people before they go? Things not to say to their wives, things that you thought was funny, things that you looked at and knew that happened. What's going on? Anything? Anything?
Well,
anything? Bueller. Bueller.
Here is my tip for the day.
All right, what do you got?
If you, or it's just a question. It's more like a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you replace, if you,
You have to see his face right now. He's got deadpan and he's trying.
I got the face for radio.
Oh, you know what? Beautiful face.
Yeah, right.
Burns
right.
the lights right out. You know?
So the question is,
don't touch my stuff.
if you replace your wife's lipstick with a glue stick, you think it'll work?
Okay, let's just walk this through our brains. First of all, I need to know, did you do that?
No, I was just thinking about it. I want to know if it would work.
The fact that you're thinking about it makes me nervous.
Well, see, my wife was a single child, you know, and so she talks to herself all the time, and I can't tell if she's talking to me or talking to herself.
So she'll just be talking, and it doesn't matter if you're involved in the conversation.
Exactly.
And your theory is, knowing this, to try to stop the lips from moving.
Yeah, so if I replace her lipstick with a glue stick.
I'm not sure.
So those of you out there in Radio Land, what do you think? Let me know.
Don't listen to anything Steve says. Don't listen to a single word that Steve says. Steve, that's so bad. All right. Do you have any other comics or people you want us to check out this week and have people get back, or ones that they're listening to that they might want to reach out to? I'll say, check this guy out. It's funny.
Well, there's a couple guys on the reels and
Which reels?
on the Facebook.
Facebook
I get
or
my
TikTok?
Facebook reels, yeah. And
TikToking.
Hicks and Giggles, and we will pick them up next.
Wait a minute. Hicks and Giggles.
Hicks and Giggles.
You can Google this?
You can Google it, you can go on the reels, and you can search Hicks and Giggles, and these two.
We can't just leave. You got to give us a taste.
A taste.
Don't you have one?
Alright.
All right. This is from, you can
Let me
Google
see
this
if I
on
can-
Hicks and Giggles, right?
Alright. These are these guys.
Kangaroos hate rainy days. It's because their kids have to play inside.
Oh my gosh, that is excessively stupid. I don't know. The look, okay, so I don't know if you check this out, but you check it out. It is a definite redneck, and that looks like fake giant buck teeth.
They're all fake. Yeah, these guys are actually professionals in real life.
Oh, we're
They
gonna
just do this for the reels, but it's hilarious.
Oh, that's some funny. And he's got the cut off like flannel and the hat.
One of their other jokes is, what do the ticks and the leaning tower
Leaning Tower pizza?
have in common?
Ticks and the Leaning Tower pizza. I don't know.
They're all parasites.
Oh my God, I live with this all the time, people. I
Yeah.
just need prayer. It's unbelievable. But that's called what again? Hicks and what?
Hicks and giggles.
Hicks and giggles. You pick us out if you guys like one of those. Also, the thing we're looking for is if any of you got dry bar comedy. Like I like what's his name, Alan. Oh God, that guy's good. I'll look for him on the next one. Yeah, that's his last name. Jeff Allen, I think is his name. God, that dude's because he does a husband and wife thing, and apparently he has the strongest pair of underwear known to man because it frosts and drives his wife up the wall if they're just sitting on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah,
drives her up the wall?
yeah, and frosts her. I bet your underwear doesn't do that.
You know, my grandma didn't like her stair lift for the same reason. It drove her up the wall.
It drove her stair lift drove her up the wall. That's why she didn't like it.
That's right.
Just frosted her.
It frosted her.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just remember, sometimes life is difficult. We appreciate you coming in and checking out our show from Spiritual Warfare Unit. Check us out at spiritualwarfareunit.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. All right, so that's 26 minutes, right?
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like 2 hours. Oh,
Did it really? Felt like 5 minutes to me. Felt like 5 minutes, but that's basically it. Basically, just put that together, and then that's it. It's just that.
It'll get better.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna take us at least, hey John, it's gonna take
His
us.
leg went up.
Yeah, I know. You're right, I haven't been using it multiple times in the plug-in for the USB plug.
What's that?
There's a USB plug I have over here somewhere. It was there. Did someone take it?
What?
Someone took my plug.
What are you talking about?
I had a board
Yes, but
plug.
there's no difference between that and the plug.
Well, it does because it doesn't just shuts off.
Here, that's because there's a timer on. I didn't know that this one had that.
There's a timer on it.
Yeah, there's always timers to these things, but
Jeremy, how we doing this morning?
Good, are we?
It also just has an on button.
see?
I've already used this for a show.
Hey! What do you call a boomerang? Don't come back.
That's just up and down.
Stick?
That's the, you can turn it
You call a
down.
boomerang that doesn't come back.
You can turn it up.
Stick?
I had it all the way up.
Alright, so that's basically what's going to be. We're not going to be able to do